All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Dune Monthly, our second tournament of the new patch. It's your boy, the world champ, Cream, the legend. I'm joined today by Antonell. Antonell, how you doing?
Doing good.
Dude, I had to give myself some juice, man.
Yeah.
I'm really excited and happy about winning the tournament. It was a lot of work, and we'll talk about that. And then I'm joined by Granddad. Dear Granddad, what's up, buddy?
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, it's
All
Reggie.
right, let's go. Let's get it. So we have our Dune monthly FFA match. We have our smuggler player, which is Doghead, and Doghead is running Stakhanov and Staban. I think everybody's pretty familiar with these counselors, right? Just real quick, Stakhanov allows to lengthen the siege time of any smuggler village that's not surrounded by
So
any other
isn't
village, right?
yeah, so the whole point is with Stakhanov is you take a village that is not surrounded, like not touching any of your regions, and it gets plus 100% siege time, I think.
And resource
And a
production.
20% resource production. And he also gives authority refund, 50% of any region you lose.
Yeah. So basically, sieging smugglers is a nightmare. Um, uh, this is the debate here with the smuggler is, are you gonna go Lingar or are you gonna go Stakhanov? I think Staban is like everybody wants to go Staban just because that third underground
Hmm.
headquarters for the money. Um, so pretty standard build at a Doghead. I mean, he's a smuggler main.
Yeah.
He's a turn tournament champion. He's an FFA Dune Monthly tournament champion. So definitely probably my favorite to win this game. So we'll see how he does. Our next player is Phobos. And Phobos is a Corrino main. Every game I've seen him play, he's played Corrino. He's playing Irulan Fenring. My favorite combination on this faction for sure. Fenring, just so much late game and early game utility, man. For each POI you discover, it helps you recruit an agent faster. You can steal house gifts late game. You can steal POI authority um, things. You can steal the intel late game. I mean, just so versatile. And actually,
Very.
I had a game on Corrino in the Turin random tournament where I was forced to play without Irulan. I got Zumzum and I got Gaius, and
Nice.
it wasn't terrible, but like you could feel the devastating effects of not having Irulan for your economy. It was, I was
Hmm.
not a threat on Chom whatsoever. And with Carino,
Yeah.
that T4 tech Chom, what is it, Chom manipulation? The more Chom you buy, the stronger your army gets. Dude, my army was not clapping, dude. I think she's a must pick, and I think most people agree, right?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. And let's go to SK
Just she
Mojo.
helps you with eco and just playing off of quirks.
Right.
So even intel stuff and Solari per strength and whatever.
Yeah, SK Mojo. He's our Hark player. I don't know too much about this player. His counselors, is that, dude? I don't know them by portrait, bro. Who's he running? Is that
I
Piter?
I I don't know them by name. No, it's Fate Rotha and the one that gives you uh build speed when oppression is active,
Uh-huh.
and I think two authority per empty slot if oppression is active.
Okay.
So the guy is really focused on uh
Production.
early snowballing. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So
Not a
you
com.
oppress
This is
villages to be
interesting.
active.
Not a common
Mhm.
pick, I would say.
Yeah.
The oppression guy. People will usually tend to go Piter for sacking agents for late game operation spam with the reduced cost because
Hmm.
Piter allows you to sack agents and each time you sack them the cost of the operation is less. And then
You can still stack agents without Piter,
yeah, but you don't
but you
get the
need Piter
reduced
to.
mission cost though. The mission cost stays the same. Piter, the beauty of
Oh,
Piter is that every time you
yeah.
sack it, the mission is less. So
Yeah.
you can spam like admin burdens for like 50 intel at the end of the game, which is kind of
Hmm.
cringe to be honest. Vahotal, the inventor of that strategy. And then our last player is Venerus Dorn. I had the pleasure of playing against him in the tournament. He did also play Vernius, so I think he might be a Vernius main. He's running. Is that
That's
the
Bronzo and the
And
not
they,
Intel influence and Landsrat.
okay, so not the assassination counselor and not the Esvald counselor. So
Yeah,
interesting. Could he possibly be making an a Landsrat play here, which is, you know, kind of
possible. Yeah.
kind of interesting setup here. Granddad, there's no Atreides in the lobby, so what are we gonna have you comment on?
Well, I
Vernius.
think I left with swear words only and memes.
Well, we told you not to swear, so throw in your two
Right.
cents throw in your 2 cents whenever, dude. What do you think so far? Do you know these players?
Putting his first agent in Landsrat.
Uh-huh.
I know that Vernus is, in order to make the influence on Vernus, you need this robots, but you want the robots both on Arrakis and both on Landsrat, and it's very hard to purchase them because the more you purchase them, the more expensive they get in Landsrat, and
Dude, he's
it's
going
very
ham on the robot. How did he just get four? What did he do there just to get
Just
four?
bought him.
He just bought
Just
him
buying
straight
them
up?
for Solari and yeah, buying them for Solari and Landsrat sending.
Okay. So his Landsrat is 199. I mean, it didn't suffer that much. He started what, 200?
Yeah.
So he lost one Landsrat standing
You
for four
suffer
robots?
some three. You get one for free
I see.
at some point, I think.
Okay. Um, uh, Go ahead, bro. Chime in. What you got?
he got himself this drone which is heavy on upkeep, and I think it would be more feasible to get more suboids than get the upgrade for them. Our good players like Gray are established the meta with suboids in early game, which is the most optimal. So maybe player has something to surprise us.
Yeah, I think getting one drone is not too bad. I think the purchase
Yeah.
of all those thinking machines, I mean, they make a lot of research, and they double your production. So if you put a couple on Chone Branch, you can supplement with a lot of early game Solari that you normally wouldn't get as any other faction. Tournament format this time is a little shortened. I think we're only going to have 4 rounds instead of 6. And also, we're going to be running the 2v2 simultaneously alongside the FFA. And I'm personally excited about the 2v2. I think 2v2 slept on. Last time we ran the
Mhm.
2v2s, it was a lot of fun. The games are much more dynamic, they're much less random, they are much
Also
shorter.
quicker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a lot of fun playing the 2v2. So we're gonna be doing some 2v2 commentary. The strategies are wildly different in 2v2. We have some interesting synergies between the factions. Some factions just are standouts in 2v2, while other factions are just kind of like, you probably want to avoid them for 2v2. The Vernius player was voting in the first Landsrat Council to get 500 hedge for each special region controlled, so he's gonna try to take. He has a really good layout, man. I like his map a
Yeah.
lot. He's got 3 specials that are easily capturable, and then he can probably expand and push for a
The
fourth. There's
spice for
there's one
sure.
spice
Maybe
down
one more.
there. There's one more spice down there to the south of the Mount Idaho, and the
If
spice
he
is
has one
kind of lacking.
southwest, he's gonna be good. Yeah.
He
If he
does
has one
hit.
southwest, then it's gonna be good.
Okay,
Like
so I mean he's
when I
probably
don't
gonna
know
have
what to use.
three. Probably gonna have three. Let's look
Yeah,
at
the
some
one
of these other.
between him and Corrino, he could already harvest.
Yeah, that harvester, is that harvester even harvesting? I don't see a tethered region next
Yes.
to that.
The asphalt is considered a tethered region.
Is it touching the asphalt? Is that his primary spice
Yeah.
right there?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I got it. Wow, look at that village layout, dude. That's a long village.
Mhm.
Spice is so far away from the main. Let's go look at some of our other players' layouts. Let's go to Doghead. Doghead gonna be playing standard smuggler style. He's gonna be capturing
Oh,
a. Go ahead.
he has the White Rift, which is super good together with Stakhanov.
Yeah. So he could be making a lot of
Also,
passive.
he has the Crescent Witch, which has a fuel cell on top of it, so he doesn't need to get a fuel cell region
Right,
normally.
right. So what you want to
So he can
usually
just get
do
a
as
fuel.
smuggler is you want to capture a plascrete, a spice, a fuel cell, and then the rest specials. And in this case, you can save yourself capturing the fuel cell. We got a truce going out from the
Actually,
Vernius player.
you just take the spice and then fuel cell. if there is one. You don't need a Plascrete region because you just build manpower, knowledge, and Plascrete in every one of your regions, and you're fine.
There you go. So you don't even need the Plasky. So the less region, the smuggler ignores authority distance. So it basically, the more regions that you capture, the more expensive they become. It looks like the smuggler and the Vernius player are neighbors. The smuggler looks like he spawned on the east side and the Vernius on the south side. Is that correct? Yeah, I think yeah. So the other players are on the other side of the map. Um, He's getting a drone out. It's pretty clutch that he did have that fuel cell on the Crescent Ridge. I think Crescent Ridge is also a great region for the smuggler to have just
Yeah,
because of that water, and you can sell a lot of water with Lingar, but he doesn't have Lingar,
it
so.
doesn't have Lingar.
But at least it
It's a
allows him
little
to roam
water
around.
boost. Yeah.
Allows him to roam around. Any experience on smuggler for you, Granddad? Anything on smuggler that you tried or played with?
My experience on Smugger is Carlotta rushing me in, declining all the truces.
That's a good experience to be had for
You
sure.
got worked over early game. Doghead is
Yeah,
not that
even
kind of
though that
player, actually, and
No, he's not.
he's a very macro oriented kind of player. I don't think he sleeps on getting early army. Like you're gonna see, he's gonna have 55 CP pretty early. And usually, what I've seen him do is he'll start with 55 CP, and then he pivot to some of the other techs that he will need, like some of the more blue and green techs. But he's gonna be running pillage eco, and then he's gonna start throwing down underground headquarters. And I don't think we're gonna, he's not. I would say he's not as dynamic as like a Logic who will run smugglers and get up in your face and start, destroying you
Mm,
early game. But I do think that if he has the opportunity to possibly destroy a couple of nodes over there and liberate a couple of regions from the Vernius player, I would take that opportunity, right? Like Antonella, like
yeah,
because your army is going to be
yeah.
so much stronger than the Vernius player who's running a bunch of demi-humans that are no upkeep and die instantly, right? It
Hmm.
looks like he's going to go over there and try to capture the Well of Riches, which might be a problem for uh Vernius. He might not like that.
Vernius is taking the Observatory Mountain right now, so just getting another special while
Yeah.
the boost is active.
Now we have Corrino in the middle too. Is he going to try to take the sink here? Or is he pillaging? Okay, he's capturing. I
He's
don't know how
gonna,
that's going to
yep.
sit with Vernius later. We'll see. The well might be a point of contention. Let's go to our Corrino
I
player
think
Phobos.
one thing with
Go ahead.
Doghead is he tends to get a lot of hedge quickly and then get focused for it. So we might see that happening this game as well.
He likes the front run.
Yeah, he's already getting in crafts workshops now.
Yeah. I'm okay with that strategy. You know what?
Yeah, it's just often that he just like how do you say it gets ahead too much
Yeah.
and
Um.
then can't defend.
So
That has happened a couple of times.
so Corrino opted to pillage the polar sink. There's the Imperial Basin between him and Harkonnen. That might be a point of contention. Carino's backline is not looking too great. He has a spacing cruiser back there, but he also has a bunch of mountains back there. So the villages
Mm.
available to Carino are going to be less. And his special region that he could have possibly had to the south has already been occupied by Vernius. So Carino to me is looking really boxed in here. Uh,
Hmm.
Tough spawn for Carino. Second Landsrad
Sure.
Council. Second Landsrad Council. I'm
Foreign
not seeing the
recruitment
vote.
is up, so probably hard going for that one.
Okay.
Okay, Corrino put it on all.
I don't even see Hark trying to vote right here. Okay, now he's opening the screen and he's taking a look. He opted not to use corruption, right? Fade Rotha allows you to use corruption, right? I
Mm.
mean taint.
Yes, for 20 intel, which is you can use it on every Landsrat, which
For
compared
what
to
is the
some of the
cost?
other 20 intel,
20 intel, so that's like nothing for
it's
Hark.
nothing. Yeah,
Hark aggressively pushing toward. Yo, Corrino's really boxed in here, man. Hark continuing to pillage the villages around his main. Standard protocol here for Hark. He skipped over the sand, so he basically secured the sandfall for himself. I like that play a lot. Setting borders. He's getting his second main base building. His first was the research center, and now he's getting the harvester work. So he's going to be looking to max out his harvesters. Hark is one of these devastating chum factions. If Hark gets up and running, they can make so much money. They're fun to play. Granddad, have you tried any Hark? Granddad? Anybody home?
Yeah, I muted myself.
Knock,
So I liked the John Drama 2 days types of base rush for Harkonnen, so he can just build the army and rush it very easily to win the game, to win someone.
Talking about the Cerberus Executioner combo with meat shields or meat packs,
Yes,
whatever
and
it's called.
siege
Uh,
incentives also if he. Yeah.
yeah, the Hark army's the most brutal army in the game right now, I would say. I think in a clean 1v1
At
fight.
base killing, yeah.
Also in a clean 1v1 fight, I don't think that any army actually beats Hark right now. With
Corrino does with
uh
Sards.
with Sards perhaps. Yep. So they have one counter.
But yeah, Sarge is the one counter that they have. But the thing about the Executioner and Zerb army is they are really good for 1v1 fights, but they're not very good at defending multiple attacks on different fronts.
Yeah, and so
Because
there's been a lot of talk about tier lists and stuff, and Hark and Atreides are constantly put at the top of the tier lists. However, I feel like as far as like defense wise goes, I think that defending with Corrino and Atreides is so much easier. Just because Corrino has the bombardment, um, their Kronos is super tanky. It's a mobile airfield, allows you to fly around a lot easier, and Atreides is just a beast on their own territory. So Hark definitely is vulnerable. They're kind of
yeah,
like a glass cannon in a sense, right? Like if you're fighting multiple around the
they
map,
can
it's gonna be
obliterate
tough.
one army once, and then they have to rebuild again
Yeah,
to do it again.
especially if you're using red fluid, which will make your units
Mm.
bleed throughout the entire fight as soon as they start taking damage or as soon as they get
Yeah,
engaged
also
into combat.
you can't take red fluid if you want to siege someone.
Right, right. So I like how the Hark player has set up his borders here. I think
Mm.
I think Corrino is in a tough spot. Let's just go to Phobos here for a sec, or Corrino player. He's got he took his second spice, and so his option now to secure any kind of special is going to be the spacing cruiser wreck on the west and the Imperial Basin. And if I was him, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna
I
be
think Space and Cruiser
yeah, spacing cruiser and then
is
fight
better option.
and then try to bunker up on the Imperial Basin.
Yeah,
Hopefully Hark doesn't take it before he gets a chance.
but he can really defend the Space and Cruiser well with those villages around it.
Yeah, there's some overlap there.
Mm-hmm.
Our Vernius player now on on one railgun drone, one flight engineer. He's getting his upgrades.
Probably got yeah, he got probably got the flight engineer from a mission.
Yep.
It's first time when I see that the engineer is not upgraded with the uh, 5 armor.
I
Mm.
I that is interesting. I do like having a beefy engineer. That is the backbone of the Vernius army to be able to heal.
Yeah,
Um, Making good Thalari. His harvesters are not maxed out. He could easily max out his harvesters right now. He's got 3 on Arrakis, and he's got 1 agent on the rest with a couple of
yeah.
drones. His second building is going to be the Neural Core, it looks like. Nope, he went with embassies.
No,
This is a political Vernius, man. This is like we
I mean
don't see
embassy is
this.
also really good if you don't go political, just because you're so lance rat heavy on the drone. It's not the drones on the
Machines.
analytical machines.
Yeah, you don't want to be negative Landsrad, right? It makes the Chome more expensive.
Yeah,
So,
he gotta put in some patents though.
right. He has the
Like
money.
he pillage something and put in patents.
He skipped Chome integration, which is fascinating. I love it. I love it. It's not that
yeah, if
it's not
if he
that
gets Chom
useful.
integration next, he can skip one more, you know.
Right. 25 knowledge, month 2, going into month 3, playing well, is building some buildings. He's got 4 harvesters go. I also like the way he expanded. He's fortunate that he's next to the smuggler because
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about the smuggler trying to steal your spice field because he's not interested in that stuff anyway, you know.
hmm
So, he's got a lot of villages to pillage, good hedge spike potential later. The setup is amazing. I like how
Yeah.
he built his node network. It's
He's cut off
clean.
from Corrino from the backline, so he only has pretty much like one open area where he can be attacked, except Kronos,
Yeah,
because
that is so
when the
clutch.
desolation cuts
That
him
is
off.
so clutch when you have that desolation on one of the extremes in between
hmm
you and an opponent. It's just like it's like not having to watch one less flank you have to watch.
hmm
And such a good setup for Vernius. So Corrino got the short end of the draw here with the
Yeah.
spawns.
It creates a corner for Vernius to just bunker up in.
Yep. Corrino now getting a fuel cell region, I assume. He's got 220 authority. Light on the army. One POI unit, a bunch of conscripts, and one SARD. So he's trying to keep his upkeep low.
Mm.
Um,
It's gonna be interesting to see what Corrino goes for with the base drop.
he's almost in a position where he might have to do an aggressive because he has no other
Yeah.
options. Third Landsrad vote. Okay, this is a chance, right? Corrino could maybe try to steal the sync here,
I mean, he
and
pillaged it before, so that would actually be
but it
good.
would still cost 0, right? If water subsidies
Yeah, exactly.
passes.
Exactly.
Corrino, our current Landsrad leader, with 260. He starts with 250 though, so he's gonna put some votes on that just to make sure he gets that 10 Landsrad, and he's gonna secure some Solari by making Imperial missionaries for all factions with Imperial Edict. So
hmm
Corrino, good use of the Landsrad here.
I'm looking at this arena and then
Didn't
wondering
pass.
when will he finally build the alloy furnace in between of two of his villages. He has the fuel cells, so he must rush this alloy furnace, but he does not. I don't understand why.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's a big commitment. 1,000 Solari and 500 Plascrete. Plascrete's definitely not a problem for him, and it usually isn't for
Mm.
Corrino. And you gotta
I
wonder,
think
like,
it's
is the
failing
alloy
right
furnace a
now for him.
priority over the main base buildings or over the second base? That's a big commitment. I'm not sure if he's ready to drop that just yet.
I think he was waiting to drop his second base.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would be building main base buildings.
Yep. I like his main base
I
building
think he
setup.
wants.
Did you see it?
I think he wants to drop it in front of the space and cruiser wreck,
Did you
which
see
is
his main base
it's a
setup? I
great.
love it. It's a
Mm.
admin hall in the single, Imperial Monument and Research Center in the double. So he's getting that
Mhm.
influence and intel production,
That's
and
really good. Yeah.
the monument's gonna boost the research for the yellow. So he's going down to tier 4 yellow. He's getting that real quick. And he's got 2
The only
spice. Look,
thing
his
he's
spice fields
one more
isn't bad,
base.
dude. It's just his ability to
Yeah.
hedge later is incredibly hampered by the fact that he's so boxed in by these 2 players.
And he's going for the triple yellow.
Triple yellow. Yeah, a little greedy here. This is if there was
Mm.
an aggressive player in the lobby, it could spell trouble for Corrino.
Like, if Hark decided to just go at him, he couldn't defend himself.
Yeah. So I just got a glance at Doghead's tech tree. Doghead now capturing another special. This is an incredible setup for Smuggler. He's got one, two, three specials and a spice, I believe. So this is perfect. Oh, he's got one,
Mm.
two, three, four specials in a spice. He had Crafts Workshops researched. He had the majority of his red tech researched. He had 0 yellow, and now he's pivoting to the tier 3 blue on the middle. So he's going to be making some plays in the Landsrad here as well. He's put another Crafts Workshop down. 50 passive already. 49.5 passive for Smuggler.
He
Uh,
missed the spice tech, so.
he missed the spice tax. That's tragic.
But it's whatever because it's only influence, which he isn't at least right now going for.
Right, right.
So
Um,
on Smugglers, it's actually not that big of a deal to lose a spice tax if you're not going political. But not having Lingard really hurts his economy here. With Lingard, he could be already making 200 Solari a day.
Yep, 45 CP maxed out, max vet from all the pillaging.
Mhm.
So Smuggler doing Smuggler things. Wild card for me is Vernius with this political build. Um, is he gonna attack the well here at some point? He's now getting some drones out. His economy's fantastic.
Mhm.
4K in the bank, 270 a day. He's got a flight engineer, some suboids, 3 fighting mechs, a railgun, and a resonance drone. 31 CP. I'm getting a look at his main base now. He's building the neural core,
Neurocore.
making 9 authority without an admin hall. Fantastic. Vernius is good at hedging, man. The problem with
Yeah, just
Vernius, the
putting
pro-
in analytical machines in Arrakis is so powerful.
yeah. So the thing with Vernius is they're also not good at defending multiple flanks because their
Mhm.
army once it dies, it's tough. And so now Vernius is getting pillaged by Corrino. Oh, Corrino pillaging with like 20 CP. Guess he just does not care. Look at that. It's amazing, actually. It's Spicefield too.
I mean, if I was Vernius here with that army, I think I would go in. But otherwise, it's not that
I
big
mean,
of a
he's
deal
looking,
because
he's seeing, he's got no units there. He's
yeah.
got his army's probably way stronger than the Corrino army right
But
now.
but to be honest,
I think
it's doing
Vernus,
nothing for Vernius to
yeah,
except setting Corrino back because he doesn't have production in that village.
I think that his harvesters are not affected by pillage, so he doesn't give
No,
a shit.
exactly. And he has a maintenance center in there,
Yeah,
so it's not affecting any of his eco or something. So
yep. Vernius continuing to, is he gonna pillage this village too? On the bottom right,
yeah,
it's a
he might.
spice field. Why not, right?
Yeah.
141. He's looking to take it, I think,
And
actually.
yeah.
Looking to take it. Vernius with no passives. So let's get the hedge count going. Vernius at 11. We're now solidly in the mid game. It's a pleasure to see no players are struggling with production. Everybody's doing great. Hark's still on the negative, but that's all right. I think he's just running a little bit of pillage eco. He's got a good army out, so we don't have anybody that's getting buildings deleted because they're so far in the red, which is great. Hark on 9.3. Vernius at 11. Phobos, our Corrino player, is at 7.3. It's natural for Corrino to fall behind a little bit. He should be able to close that gap later, provided he gets those 2 specials. And then Doghead, our front running player, is at 13.9 with 66 passive. Dude, the production of passive hedge on that White Rift with Stakhanov is insane. I don't even think he has
It is.
Wonders of the Desert yet. I'm pretty sure he got the blue tech and
He
he's going
might.
back to red. I don't think he has Wonders of the Desert yet, which means he's probably gonna have even more outrageous hedge numbers later.
Oh, Hark going in up north.
Okay, so
I
Doghead
don't think
sees it. Doghead now gonna respond. Hark appropriately trying to cut down the smuggler
Yeah.
player because the smuggler player is a little bit out front. And this, I like this early stuff. You know why? Because at some point it gets to be too late, and some person was able to farm so much passive.
Is he looking to pillage or liberate?
I mean, if I was him, I'd
Liberate.
be looking to
Okay.
capture. I wouldn't even be looking to pillage or liberate.
He
Let's
doesn't
see.
have the authority to capture. He's on 96.
Diplomatic
That's
Congress
not
is
enough.
up though. Is Smuggler gonna vote himself in for Diplomatic Congress here? I think he might try to do it. Vernius being voted by Hark. And this is where good communication is going to come in. This is not an optimal Hark army either. He's got a bunch of gunners, no Serbs, not enough Xyz. So this is a pillage army. And there you go. Smuggler votes himself in for truce, which is a tragic vote.
Mm.
Not
I
enough
don't know why
communication.
Hark didn't put in anything against it. I mean, he put in 50 for Vernius, but that's not
Right.
enough.
Got some people in the chat. What's up, Vahutal? What's up, John Drama? What's up, Zephyr? What's up, Sim? Familiar faces. Vahutal says base sniping
Base.
when? The base sniping king. The king has returned. The base sniping king has returned.
Mm,
30 people in the Twitch chat. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying this. I like the early move by Hark, but he was just blunted by the Landsrad. I'm concerned about Phobos
yeah.
here.
I want to see Hark just going through the deep desert with a supply drop and kill the smuggler main base.
It's possible. It's possible. So I think I
That's what
think
Val did against
Phobos
Lisa.
is still lacking a second base, and he looks like he's moving toward. He's gonna move his units toward the
No, he
Imperial
just put
Basin.
on his second base.
He put out a
He
second
just
base.
put
Okay, there it is. I would.
bunkering
Okay,
down.
what would you do in this situation, Antonio? No red
Uh,
tech for him, by the way. Just gotta. He's researching blue. He went yellow into green into blue, and so he's sufficiently behind militarily. But what would you do in this
I
situation if
think
you were
I
Phobos?
think that I'd actually go just red tech for a base assault on Vernius.
Okay.
Not complete base drop, just either marching your army over there or using Vernius airfield, going into a neighboring region, canceling truce, and then just going in, just to get space and yeah, to have Vernius not on the leaderboard.
Yeah, I'm thinking a little
Or
different than you.
maybe base drop smugglers could also work.
See, he missed his opportunity on the basin. Now the basin's gone. I'm thinking as soon as he dropped that base, I would have left. I would have left the basin. I mean, I would have left the
He's
spaceship cruiser wreck.
Harkus pillaging,
He's
so
pillaging it, but he's looking to capture it later. I wouldn't worry about the spacing cruiser wreck. That's pretty much secured. It's under my main base here, and he's gonna have to capture it because the basin was just pillaged. So we're gonna have to reset the timer on that. But you can definitely do a little double bunker there with those two regions.
yeah.
Maybe try a little double cap action. You have the authority. I guess he's not thinking in the same way here.
You know what I also would have liked to see is just a base drop near the smuggler areas, not completely on them, but near them, and just setting up two territories. That would have been fun as well.
It would have been. Maybe a little Zum action, but I don't think he has Zum. So guys, when you watch these videos back, it's easy for us to sit here and say he could have this, could have done that.
Oh
We're
yeah.
just we're just trying to give you like possible play style routes that will encourage more optimal, efficient gameplay. And everybody, the thing with this game is there's a million ways to play it, there's a million ways to win it, and there's a million ways to lose it. So I hope that you take all this with a grain of salt and just see that there's possibilities, plans within plans, as they say, to do different things in different ways and put yourself out front by doing that. Granddad, you're too quiet, but I need to hear from you. Give me something.
Um, I I'm looking at the 3,000 Platzkrieg of Fabas, and so I restrain myself from trash talk. But his villages are not fully built.
Right. So he could also sell it to other players that might be in need of Plascrete as well.
Yeah.
So these
First
are
thing which
a couple things. Go
you
ahead.
think you need to rush as soon as possible this 4-1 taller buildings to have the maintenance reduction, get your economy up and running, and then just very unfortunate to see this village is not fully built. Just put there something to it and you're fine, but for some reason he's ignoring that.
All right. Um, I like Vernius's nodes, man. He can
Yeah.
if he loses one of those, he can just like reroute it pretty easily. It's so devastating as Vernius when you lose a node in a crucial spot when you build super wide,
Mhm.
right? And it cuts off
To be
like so.
fair though, that one fuel cell region, if that gets cut off, it's done for the rest of the
Yeah,
run there.
yeah, that'll be tough. But
Mhm.
he can salvage that if he takes that bottom right region of the right
Yeah.
next to the S fault, and he puts a node there.
He has been pillaging those though,
Right.
so they're
Those are
gonna be
definitely the hedge spike
pretty
regions.
expensive. Mhm.
We're gonna see if Hark chooses to resume his idea to start attacking Doghead, who's at a whopping Corrino like 70 passive hedge a day at 15.6k. Still does not
Mhm.
have Wonders of the Desert, and now he's researching. Wonders of the Desert has been queued up, but it's the third prio tech right now. Harkon Basin,
Doghead
there's no
is
trades in the lobby. He's lost. What do you mean, John? What do you mean? 30 viewers on Twitch. Hey guys, if you guys have any questions about what you're seeing or you're trying to learn some of these techs, uh,
if I was Doghead here, I wouldn't bother with going political at all. I would just set up my tier 4 yellow to harvest spice from enemy territories, pretty much, or to get 20% of their production if you have a UHQ, and get Wonders of the Desert.
yeah,
I wouldn't bother
I
with
haven't
trying to
seen
go
him set up
political.
too many UHQs, although I know he's doing it because he's a very capable smuggler player. So,
Yeah.
um, no bounties given, sale incentive, it's being supported. So Chom, Doghead
You know
leading on
what?
Chom, 13%, making good economy,
It's
250 a day.
I have one issue with Vernius right now.
What is it?
There are 0 patents,
You
and
know,
he has
not every
13k in the
Vernius
bank.
player needs to pat. I mean, it's. I guess when you have this much Solari, it makes sense, right?
Yeah. Also, just like patenting his
And they
spice,
buffed it recently.
tier
They
4
recently,
spice early. Hmm.
yeah, they buffed
They
it
buffed it as
because
well.
it's cheaper for Vernius now. It's what 600 or 800, something like that.
It's 600,
It
and you
used to
get
be a
paid
thousand.
500 every.
Yeah, it used to be a
Yeah.
thousand, so the risk reward was much less. Now that it's 600 and you could possibly make 1500 off of it, that's 900 Solari you can bank.
Hmm.
John says, "I like how
I
conservative Doghead is with bounties." I agree. When I play Smuggler, I don't really throw bounties out unless it's for charters or some kind of crucial vote at the end of the game. I'm not trying to throw out those bounties. I'm not trying to give people money.
Yeah,
They can be a
makes
double-edged sword.
sense.
Definitely can be a
Especially
or
if
double-edged
you're
number
sword.
trying to do something with Chom as smugglers.
Yeah.
Then just going bounties just sets you back so
Somebody's
much.
maxed out on votes, they just get like a free 10k or, you know.
Even more.
Yeah.
I look at the
Phobos.
Corrino, he still doesn't have fully built villages.
Yeah, he has a lot of Plasker. He should be using that. I mean, it's double-edged sword fully building your villages. Unless you have the Mason Guild, it can be a lot of upkeep. Um, he's got 32 CP out, a couple of hirelings. That basin is still open. Uh,
Mhm.
I would like to see him try to close the gap and hedge. He's at 12k, which is not he's not so far behind now. So he did double up those villages on the Basin Cruiser wreck and the village next to it, which is great. That'll make for a great bunker. It'll be hard to push into. I don't see him getting pushed at all with Doghead being front running as much as he is.
Yeah.
Vahotal says, I wonder why he doesn't want to give 10k Solaris to everyone. Vahotal is also a smuggler main, so he's probably very judicious with his use of the smuggler bounty. Corrino also benefiting from the desolation on the bottom, by the way. That's one less flank Corrino has to watch as well. Although the mechs can just kind of cruise around the desert without any supply, but they will
Mhm.
not be bringing their engineers then. We got some chat going on. Gonna deal with Smug. Don't attack me or I'm gonna be very sad, says SK Mojo to Phobos. I think Phobos could use this opportunity to maybe like take the basin or the sink while Hark is over there trying to work on Smuggler, who's front running like a madman. Let's go to our Hark player, SK Mojo, and he's got six. So he's got a big army now. He's got 61 CP, and he's looking like a min-maxed army here. What do we got, Antino? We got 6 executioners, 3 Landsrad guards, 2 Serbs, 2 gunners, and uh
It's not the classic Hark army
no,
you see
he's
with
taking
just
Basin, dude. This is so bad for Corrino, man. Corrino,
oh yeah.
Corrino has to take sync now. He has to. He has to take sync, or he has no way of getting himself back into this game. And yeah, this is still an early pillage army. I'm grabbing something closer to Smugs, he says. I need to grab something closer to Smugs, says Phobos to Hark. So
Yeah.
Smugs has done a great job of rallying the lobby against him by being so forthright with his hedge game.
He just abandoned his spice field.
Smugs did?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
Because he can do it. He has his tier 4 yellow from Vernius. His other regions will cost less now. Thing is, if Vernius attacks now, smugglers can't make any attacks anymore.
Correct.
So I wouldn't have done it.
You know, he might intentionally be missing tax too. You ever think about that? Just so he can let the other players close the gap a little bit. That was something I used to do on Fremen 2-3 patches ago.
Mm.
Because when Fremen used to make when they used to get +1 authority per controlled spice field with Stilgar before they changed Stilgar around, I would be so
Mhm.
far ahead that I would have to miss tax. And now Corrino moving in on smuggler grounds, I don't think he has the forces to be able to win a contest. He
He's
does
also in
have.
truce still.
Oh gosh, and he's
He
gonna be
forgot
out
to
of
break truce
supply here,
before.
so
Gonna
rookie
retreat
mistake
to
here.
my region.
He's going Wensikia. I'm of the opinion that Wensikia is the superior hero for Corrino over a
In
Ramsham.
most situations, I think.
Yeah.
I think Winsikia is definitely not very strong against Fremen.
S-
I think against Fremen you definitely want to go more Sard heavy than just conscripts with a couple Sards. Because just Fremen melt through the conscripts with their AoE.
Right. And some people say fewer Serbs, more Xyz, and some gunners, says John. Well, I don't know. Somebody's got to hit the lab. I'm not a numbers guy, so we'll.
Mm.
Some people say more Serbs because they give you more stacks, and they fix stacks. So we had a hot fix like 2-3 days ago where they supposedly made executioners get all the
So,
stacks they're supposed to get. Now,
okay, now we're gonna get a fight here.
is it Hark? Hark and Smug?
Hark and Smugs.
Okay, let's see
And
it.
Hark just lost the entire stack to a worm.
Jesus,
That's very unlucky.
that is terrible. I like how he used the airfield there. You saw where he put his troops.
Mm-hmm.
A great play from Doghead. Hark getting wrecked. He's sacking
Henry
something.
saying Corrino should break truce with Smugs so that in 2 months he can have another base if he kills Smugs' base.
That's some next level meta stuff. Kenry, can you type in Twitch chat so we can see it? I don't have to. I don't want to minimize the screen to see your comments. Your lovely, beautiful, big brain, experimental in the lab type comments that you're known for. A
What's up?
Ramsham plus 7 Sards and 15 ranged conscript is also pretty good. A Ramsham, 7 Sard, and 15 ranged camps. Alright. Alright, Vahatal. He lost Drisk, he says. Doghead lost Drisk. That was not good for Hark, man. So 15.6 on Hark. Corrino with um he's got 12.3, and then we have Doghead probably far and away the lead considering the amount of passive he
Mm.
has. He's got 16.6 with 64 passive. These numbers are ginormous. And then Venris, our Vernius player, has
13.4
13.4 with 16
with
passives.
16 passive.
So basically everyone's around the 12, 13K mark except for Doghead, who's just
Mhm.
gunning it, dude. He's just gunning it. Going in. Vernius also on his border. Now this would be a great region for Vernius to take because it's a fuel cell region.
Vernus attacking
And a
Doghead.
wind region. Like fuel
Vernus
cell
attacking
and water for
He's
Vernius.
going, he says. He's going in. He's got 3 engineers in there. So if he can keep those engineers alive, this army comp's gonna
Which
be
can't because snipers.
yeah, with the drone lady. So he's got basically 4 healers. Now he's cap. Now this is gonna be a long cap. Everybody set your
Mhm.
alarm clocks, take a nap, 20, 30 minutes. We'll be back to capture the Crescent Ridge because it's stacking off. So long cap, setting up his troops. I would put the engineer. Did he kill the airfield?
No, he's not doing it now.
I don't even know if there is an airfield in
I
there.
would heal the drones. Oh yeah, he's
I
doing
would
it.
start working on those crafts workshops too.
Same with the fuel cell.
Yep,
That's his only fuel cell right
that's his
now.
only fuel
I
cell.
mean,
But
he
but
might be getting fuel cells from others. Yeah,
Carino
he's 11 fuel
is he
cells.
capturing or is he pillaging that region in the middle? That's interesting to see.
Corrino will capture.
Okay, I would have captured the sink, but million ways to play.
He pillaged the sink, so maybe it's still under the effect of.
Correct, correct. Good call. Good call. So we're waiting to see for the response from Doghead. Here comes the boys from the north. It's a bunch of snipers. He has a lot of railguns. He has 4 railguns, which are, they got good range, but the snipers are definitely going to be kiting, and now we have the kite war going on. Put that hero in the back, sir. Make sure she doesn't get caught. And now here we go. Now the snipers are going to be doing the dance, and for anybody watching, the micro is going to be impeccable out of Doghead here. He's very experienced in how to do this. One mech is low. The drone are the boys healing?
Oh,
He's got a
Dogger
heal.
just got eaten
Oof.
by worm
Shai
below.
Halud. Bless the maker in his water. Bless his coming and going. May his coming and go and cleanse the world. And may he keep the world for
And
his
so on.
people. Did I get it right? Did I get the quote right?
Almost.
Almost?
Doghead does not have
That's the
EMP.
coming and going of him.
Bless the maker and his water. Bless his coming and going.
That's the coming and going of him.
Oh, bless the coming and going of him. Okay.
Mhm.
We don't
And the rest,
read.
I don't know.
We're not numbers guys.
Exactly.
And now we come back to dance. Here we go. The free company is actually a great unit against the mechs because it does
Thing is, he
extra
has
damage to
stealth
light armor
detection
units.
on. He has stealth
And the
detection
healing is activated.
on his flight engineers.
The healing is activated. It's gonna be hard to chew through this kind of big healing output with drone mother still healing.
Drone mother
And 2 engineers. He's got 2 engineers alive, so Doghead gonna be pushed back here. I mean, but the problem is he probably has enough time to re-up and contest again because the siege is gonna take so long. I do think that Vernius is gonna capture this region though. So good move by Vernius. He's gonna cut off some of his hedge, and he's going to put himself in a better position. In the meantime, Harkonnen has rebuilt half his army. It looks like he's going for the sink.
Maybe just a pillage.
Also on 29 passive, so everybody's got their passive game on point this game.
No, he will definitely be taking, I think.
Harkonnen
Or
though
at least I
capturing a
would.
region. Did you see that? He's capturing. He's sitting on 500 authority.
Mm,
He's capturing the region next to his main, which I think is a little too soon.
Maybe he did that to just store the authority if he could, like.
Oh, then he's a next level
I don't know.
player if he's doing that to
To
store.
just be not floating authority, that would have been awesome.
Yeah.
Doing a little bit of a trade display as Hark.
Yeah. Yeah, but look at Hark's setup, man. He's got all those specials. He's got shield wall. He's got base. And he's got sync. And he's probably
He could even take another spice field
yeah, and he's
next to
got
the shield.
Sandfall on the left, and he's probably gonna take the Moondew off of Smuggler. I have a feeling
And
Doghead's not
here
gonna be Hark on 19k now, guys. Hark clearly the lead.
I like this. I actually like the oppression counselor.
Why?
Can get up buildings so quickly just by oppressing ones. It's similar to Atreides with Thufir, just not all at once.
Smuggler, look at
You
Smuggler. He's on
you
negative
oppress the
6.8
village
fuel
and you have
cells. Smuggler
buildings
on negative
instantly.
6.8 fuel cells now. And now he's sacking these drones because he can't get rid of them. So he's sacking drones. And he's building a bunch of free company which do great work against light armor units, which the Vernius army, everything except the fighting mechs are light armor units and bio
Mm.
units. So Vernius
And he also
successfully
does.
captures the
He
ridge.
ignores half of the armor of mechanical units as well
Yep.
with the upgrade.
Corrino captures Spiceville. Could Corrino make a play for Chome? What's Corrino doing in this game, guys?
No.
He's we just saw the hedge numbers. He's about 5k behind the lead. He's got one special. Tough map for Corrino, guys.
Yeah.
Who deleted his research center, John? Who did you see that? Who did you see do that? The crucial move. Hark deleted the
Hark,
research center. Hark making moves,
Hark is in a
boys.
really good position here
Yeah,
with all the focus on Doghead right now.
but I like Doghead here. I like the strategic second. I think that was the plan from the start. Water Cellars is up. Influence. Vernius in the lead with influence, boys. It's a new day. The machines are taking over the government. The machines are taking over the government, boys. I thought we dealt with this in the Butlerian Jihad, but no. It's back.
Did you see his land threat
Yeah,
standing?
No.
I look at this 7 influence. It's quite pathetic for a government, Vernus.
Yeah, that's true.
But he has a lot stored.
The thing about Vernius is if you don't have great production and the counselor, you can still jump authority pretty good if you're in truce with one or two people.
Where does the game go from here? No win banner on the board just yet. Everybody just shy of 20k. Vernius now Vernius now encroaching on Smuggler hedge spike territory, and Smuggler recognizes that. So Smuggler maybe he will have EMP this time. He still does not have EMP, guys. No EMP from the Smuggler. These are crucial mistakes. One engineer gets sniped. He snipes one engineer.
And snipers are so strong at just instantly deleting a unit.
There goes a hireling. Now maybe another engineer goes down. Vernius retreating as fast as he can, and now Vernius takes the fight here. There's no missile turrets to back him up. Smuggler, I think, with the clear advantage here. Drone Mother activates healing. The snipers. That's it. There's no more front line, and now the fighting mechs are in, and now I think the Vernius army here is gonna start to possibly turn the tide here.
Yeah,
No, there's too many snipers. Shai Halud is back. Shai Halud, is he going to turn the
he's running
fight?
out of
Oh my
supply.
god, he gets the
Oh,
hero eaten again.
just
The hero, but the fighting mechs are so beefy, man. I'm telling you, Drone Mother has to run. He's got to save Drone Mother. He's probably going to lose this. And the railguns are going to run. He's going to sack the one fighting mech, and now he's going to go. Oh, the Shai Halud is back there, bro. Shai Halud is
I
back
think
there.
the army come for Doghead here would be just full free company, I think, and just surprising Vernius.
Yeah. All free company, no snipers.
I think so.
Helios, welcome to the chat, dude. How about you give me a follow like a friend?
Join the cult.
Yeah, thanks for the follows, guys. Kiani, Chris Amakaze, I appreciate the follows. Trying to give you guys some good Dune content, help promote this game.
Henry saying mass mass subvoids against smugglers.
I wish Kenry would say it in the Twitch chat so I can see it.
He doesn't want to download the app, he said.
Just go to the browser,
Oh,
man.
look. Harkonnen is going for the base of Smug.
Oh boy.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Oh boy. Oh, he's just straight right clicking, bro. He's just straight right clicking. No
Oh yeah,
breaches.
let's go.
He doesn't have breaches.
Do you know this
Okay.
player, SK Moja? Have you played with him? Anyone?
Who? SK Mojo? No, I haven't.
I haven't heard about him as well, but he's doing everything very good so far.
Is that Nafut or Raban he is going with? Can't tell
Okay,
between
look
the
at that. The Serbs go first. Okay. Good execution here. Now the rest of the army moves in, and now the smuggler army comes to defend. I think he's just gonna right click the base because Hark is a giant troll in this patch. Those snipers are low in supply, so some of them are gonna start dying. And the agent, sleeper agent, goes down.
does he does not have defense breaches.
He activates Raban's ability, and here comes Corrino for the
Yeah, but
backup. Oh my God, they're just going in on him, dude. Is Corrino gonna help him here? Watch out for Shai Hulud. He's lurking in between those two villages. Shai Hulud is lurking in between those two villages. Corrino makes it in. I mean, they got maybe a fifth of the base
the
here.
problem is Hark didn't have any operations to actually damage the base.
No combat drugs either, man.
No
All right,
combat drugs,
guys.
no defense breaches, no. He did have sleeper agents, so something.
Yeah. Pro tip: if you're gonna be base rushing, you definitely want combat drugs. You definitely want defense breaches, and you definitely want your overlord to tank.
Oh yeah.
So
The tank and to just give additional stacks to executioners.
that's right. Each time one of those
The
stupid little drones dies, they get a stack. That's just insane. It's
and
insanity what they're
and
doing with this faction right now with Hark.
with the overlord ability, it's even more crazy. We gotta get Winsikia out of there, otherwise Winsikia is just dead.
I mean, those Xyz are gonna stay alive for a minute, and the
Hark, not Hark. Corrino switched his M monument to be on triple red.
yeah, the orbital strike is keeping the smuggler army out of the main base because that army will melt from the AOE damage from the orbital strike. So Doghead on defense here, um, probably unrightfully. I mean, he's still in the lead, but I like Hark's position much better.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
Doghead's spike potential has been eaten into by Vernius capturing a lot of those regions on the right because Vernius can also expand like a cancer. They make a lot of authority. They're good at hedging.
And he's running bronze, so every region touching a node, I think it is minus 20%
Yeah,
authority.
the undying executioner. Look at that guy. He's a Chad. Look at him. Look at him. Just look at that. Is that fair? Do we want this in the game? Finally. Holy crap. That guy died after like a year. Smugglers still in the lead. Vernius with second. Smugglers still making 64
Oh
passive,
no.
outrageous numbers.
Phobos doesn't know that the range on the RD drones is bugged. The
Oh,
range upgrade on the RD
okay.
drones is
So it,
bugged,
it wasn't it
so it can't
wasn't just me
outrain.
that one game. So can you describe the bug, man? Because I was dealing with that, and I was about to punch
I
my monitor,
Okay, I don't know exactly what's going on, but I think it is just that it shows that the range is greater,
but it doesn't
but it's
shoot
not
it.
actually greater.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it,
what I was experiencing, and I was going crazy. What's the charter
visually
right
it's
now? I stepped
there,
away
but
for a second.
not effectively. The charter is judge of the council.
And who's leading in the votes?
In votes, it's Vernius, but Vernius has 372 lands red.
Granddad, you know what I'm grabbing right now? A
I've
little bit of kefir, a little bit
I've
of
been thinking about a
tasty
Vernius
kefir.
political thing. I've been thinking about a Vernius political thing, but just starting assassinations on people to make them break truce with you, to just receive insane amounts of lands rest standing.
Right.
And Phobos is going again for the base.
No, he's going for a neighboring region.
All of
Oh, okay, he's
Doghead's
going
spikes
for.
have been messed with. So he's still got
Yeah,
plenty of regions, but
Doghead now is in the position where he will probably just be kept pushed away. Because that's what Hark wants, to have only one enemy on his flank.
what happened to all the win banners? Everybody just delete their research centers.
No, Hark was
Interesting.
never on it. Only Smuggler was above 20k,
So he deleted his research center.
probably.
Doghead is hard selling spice, and he has plus 300 gold.
No,
It's just
he's not
unbelievable.
selling any spice. Yeah, he's just wanting to make tags here.
Yeah, not hard selling spice. Yeah, I meant that.
Um, Vernius back at full strength. Two
Yeah,
resonance drones.
at this point for Doghead is that doesn't make sense to not take regions around his main base and putting in missile turrets.
Yeah, he's under a lot of pressure, and his base is half dead. So Hark could just literally right click it. I think Hark's just gonna right click it with Serbs this time. You don't
Hark
even need
has his
gunners.
mothership. Hark
John
is coming.
Vahotal, do you guys think you need gunners in this Hark comp at all? They're nice for some
I
extra
don't think so.
DPS, I
No.
guess, but it's less stacks that the XEs get. And here he
Also, he
goes.
doesn't have any missions again. He just has
No supply.
his what is it?
He's gonna
Sleeper
sack an agent,
agents.
maybe? No?
I think one gunner is good. He reduces the armor, but two gunners are not good. I mean, three gunners.
Does he? Because that doesn't work on main bases, from what I know.
Okay, then it's useless. It's completely trash.
Hmm. At least it doesn't work for ECAS squires, or I think it doesn't work for gunners as well.
Now Doghead
Looks
cannot
like
hide
maybe
the wind
both of
banner
them.
any longer. He's getting combat drugs.
Yeah.
And those are mercenaries. Those are mercenaries. So Doghead not having time to re-up his army. And here we go. Those mercs are, they're not what they used to be, boys. The merc meta is definitely dead. The Overlord's gonna be tanking,
For the
and
most part,
and
Vernius now
the
overtakes Smuggler.
drones, they're working, bro. Look, the drones are working.
This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10.
The drones are working. Yes, they are shooting, but they don't have the range to outrange the main base. So if there were no troops near, the main base could still go on that.
Okay, now those X's got plenty of stacks, so those mercs can shoot all they want.
Yeah, and the Overlord is there to
Yeah,
just.
and combat drug. He's gonna run out of supply, which is a rookie mistake. And he
Doesn't
doesn't have
matter.
he doesn't
His
have
executioners
he doesn't
still
have
won't
100.
die.
He doesn't have 100. Oh, he just gets it. Oh my God! Now he drops it. Ridiculous.
I'm not sure if an agent was worth.
Yeah, he had to get it instantly. But I think they're gonna require one more wave. And at this point, they gotta wonder, at what point is Smuggler gonna be is Vernius gonna be the threat here? Because he's coming up on second pretty quick. Man, Doghead. I mean, this is like so. It's so. I've seen so many of his
Yeah.
games where the same thing happens, man. Love losing to name recognition, LMAO. He says, but that's not why you
Mm,
lost. That's
yeah.
not why you lost, man. Like you just, dude, you played the greediest game I've ever seen. You had 60 passive. You were 5k hedge ahead of everybody. What do you expect?
Mm.
And he's gone,
Yeah.
and he leaves us a little bit of
Was
salt.
he killed by no, he was killed by Harkonnen, okay. So no main base potentially for
Now,
Corrino.
the fruits of all this labor go to Vernius and Hark, and Corrino is stuck on the opposite side of the map. That's the worst, man.
That's what I was thinking about, maybe going for like where that renegade base is now, maybe dropping a base there
Yeah.
as Corrino. to
Yep.
establish like forward area where he can capture stuff, which granted he does. He is very exposed in that scenario.
Yeah. So now Hark gonna capture. Dude, I think those two specials are going to Hark, dude. That Mundu's definitely going to Hark,
Mundu for sure,
and then
and
what is that on the right over there? Is that
White Rift
oh, the
maybe.
White Rift. Oh boy. Corrino is gonna be forced. They're gonna
I
have to
mean,
take the sync off of Hark.
yeah, Vernius isn't going to get there fast enough. Vernius would need to make the
Yeah.
White Rift actually effective. He would need to get his node set up over there.
You know what I like about this though? They did not mess around. They were like, you
Yeah,
know what? It's not like we're gonna take like a region or two off you and put you back in like third or fourth. We're straight gonna wipe you off the face of Arrakis, boy, just to teach you a lesson.
but it is the right play
I think
because all that
it's not
passive.
the right play for Corrino. Corrino should not have done that. I don't think.
I
Corrino's
think Corrino
screwed.
should have done that if there was a potential for a third base, which I don't know if there was. If he broke
I mean,
truce earlier, yes, and
does he
then yeah, go at it. Because
does
a
he have
third base
does he have the option?
next to the
It's not
White
showing it
Rift
that
now would be
it's yeah.
insane.
Yeah, that would be crazy, dude. You're right. It was the right play for Corrino if he got credit for the kill. But
Yeah.
It was the Hark banner over the base when it got destroyed.
Hmm.
Hark again, slyly in second place though, because Vernius has just been like quietly annexing. You notice that Vernius was missing from that fight, and at any
Yeah.
point Vernius can obfuscate something. I don't know if he's obfuscated anything yet either. I have the council is up. Corrino, the vote leader here, probably gonna get this charter. Vernius with Judge and Sellers. Gear regs, Taint, Harkonnen and Taint on Gear regs. And Girex goes on Vernius. Corrino wins Eye of the
Get that
Council
paint
without even
all over
voting
him.
for it. And now Vernius is trying to capture the well. Now this is the play for Corrino here. Now we're gonna get some specials. I like it. Does Corrino have the authority? I don't think he can at the moment because it's still devastated from being liberated from a
Mm.
faction that was destroyed. So Corrino has
Reno has a lot of agents. Why is he not putting anyone
he's
in
got
chosen?
453 authority, so he can definitely afford it. I think you were right when you said that Doghead should have started capturing those regions and bunkering up, but honestly, nothing saves you from the Hark when he right clicks your base. Nothing. It's broken.
Mm.
I think my game
Yeah,
feedback
it
for
is.
that got like all upvotes. It's so hard to get consensus in this game, but when something like this is so obviously busted, I'm glad the community can come together and recognize, yo, we need to change this. This is ridiculous. Right?
Yeah, there are 2 downvotes on that and 3 upvotes.
Like that is so ridiculous. I think Doghead misread the situation there by greeting.
Oh yeah, I've seen this a lot from him though, where he just gets ahead
Dude, you
insanely
literally
far.
you literally said it
Yeah,
before the game even got going.
yeah.
Like it's almost as if you have prescience, my friend. It's almost as if you're the Kwisatz Haderach.
I am a Fremen main, so
Yo, we got some secret sauce Fremen tech that people are just not gonna see coming, man. We can't tell you too much about it right now,
I
but
mean,
we've
Horus
been
isn't gonna see it coming.
Horace is not gonna see it coming, yo. We've been in we've been in the lab. I can't wait to get home from tonight, dude. I have tennis tonight. I'm not gonna be able to bust him up a little bit. It's all right. I alone in my love for the Hark executioner supremacy. Yeah, but you got to recognize something that's broken when it's broken, John. That cannot stand.
Okay, I'm about the executioners. I'm okay with them beating armies and stuff, Like their thing against armies is fine, in my opinion. Just their insane capacity against bases is way overtuned.
Yeah, I don't have the solution for that at the moment.
Yeah,
Because how do you do one without
because
the other?
yeah, because right now against an army you can win the fight, but you can't keep pushing or can't defend another flank, whatever. But you can just run at a base, destroy the base in like 1 or 2 waves, and be done with it.
Corrino has the well. He's throwing a shop, a crafts workshop on there.
Corrino at 20k hedge now. If he plays his cards right and maybe rates the or gets
He
access
needs
to
to
the
start
polar
throwing
sink,
down double crafts workshops, man. And he can possibly take the
he
sink,
he
because
did that he did that on the
how? He's only oh, he's got 40 passive. Okay, so he's up there.
yeah
He's up there.
on
Now,
2 or 3 regions, I think it is 2 or
it's an
3 specials he
old-fashioned
is
hedge
on.
race, boys. Here goes Hark taking the big daddy of them all with a crafts workshop already built for him. Hark about to jump up further. Look what he left smartly, left the Mundu, by the way, because that's guaranteed for him, and he's going for the one
Yeah,
that's a stretch. Take notes, guys. That's a good play right there. Good play.
I wouldn't say it's a stretch that much, to be honest. Because even if Vernius tries to take it, he can't connect it to his nodal network, so he can't defend it. Uh, and Corrino, just the authority cost is way too much to get it. I think he's
Why?
gonna take both at the same time to skip the authority cost.
Who do you think guys will win? I think Harkonnen will win.
I'm not sure yet. Could be Hark. Hark looks very likely, to be honest. It looks like he's conspiring with Corrino against Vernius right now.
For sure, this game loses the one who gets ahead first, and Doghead won too much ahead.
Getting ahead first isn't terrible, provided you don't die for it. Okay? Because it puts you in a strategic place late game. But they decided to straight eliminate him. And, we'll see how that decision plays out. Vernius leading. Uh, I don't know. I think Doghead is a good player. I think his Diplo needs work a little bit, and it's easy for us to sit here and criticize him because we're spectating and we have a omniscient third person view of everything.
Mm.
Um, but like the thing about this game is it's not just how much heads you have. It's not how much chome you have. Although those things will ultimately decide the game. It's also about how well are you communicating and what are your relations with the lobby. And
Yeah.
for the majority of that game of this game, I didn't see him reach out to anybody once. He just left with one salty comment at the end saying, "I love being killed for name recognition," and that was it, right? There was no
Yeah.
offers made. There was no like, okay, listen, I lost this region. Let's work on him now. I'll help you with him. There was no
Mm.
cajoling of the other members of the lobby, and that's something that Spielberg will do well. Like I had a game like look, Phobos is saying I need your help to this other guy, so it kind of endears you to a player in a way a little bit, at least until you have to betray them later, right? So I
Yeah.
had a random lobby with Spielberg yesterday, random in the sense that it was all random factions in a tournament, and Spielberg was just like, Spielberg is one of the more winningest players of this game as well, right? I would say there's a
Mm.
handful of players that like seem to manage to win a lot consistently in high level games. I would put Spielberg up there. And a lot of people have
Yeah.
criticisms of his early game and of his greed and all that. Whatever, say what you want to say. The guy wins a lot. And right off the jump, he was communicating about me on I was Corrino. I had like passive going early. He let everybody know, yo, Corrino's got passive going early. And then after I got cut down, then Vernius was the target. Spielberg was on there, like, saying, hey, we got to work on this guy now. And he ended up winning the game. And now Hark, by the way, double capping 2 specials as we say this. And the whole point of this diatribe is basically you have to be likable as well as strategic as well as good, right? And
Yeah.
those 3 things with your understanding of the game and with your ability to execute late game and multitask and have APM and all that stuff is going to be the key to winning the game.
I don't think it's necessarily about likability. It's more about convincing, like
Yeah.
making
Yeah. You're
valid
right.
points.
Okay. Let's sub out the word likable for like rational. You know what I mean? Hark now
Yeah.
going potentially for a triple cap here. This is insane. And he's building a research.
Like
Yo, this
saying,
guy knows what he's doing. I don't know who he is.
Mhm.
I've never seen him before. He clearly watches the content or he knows what's up somehow. We got a research center being built. We got 2 specials being multi-cap with a 3rd region. Potential. And look, dude, is this guy smurfing? He's shuffling around the authority, but he's not. It's not a Atreides-esque, but
Does he have authority POIs here? Oh, okay.
now would be the time
A
to
unit.
grab him, right? Now would be the time to
A
grab him.
unit just died from the Mundu Veil, so he doesn't have the Mundu Veil capturing anymore. What happened there?
Vernius built himself a nuke.
Good play, I think.
He tried to multi-cap a red fluid. Says Vahatal rip. Yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
dead. And he
Red
realizes
fluid
that
does
now,
that.
and he cancels the cap on the White Rift, and the research center is gonna finish, and tax already hit. So this is might be a premature pop-up for Hark here. Let's see how this plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how this plays out. Um, I think that he's gonna be turned against here potentially. Okay,
Yeah,
now he's capping both.
I think planting
So
two
this is
two guys
3200.
on those regions and then just going at it with Corrino on Vernius might have been the right play. I mean, this also doesn't look bad, for sure. But now Corrino
Corrino is attacking.
sees the threat of Harkonnen.
Well, I mean, we all knew the sync is gonna be like Corrino has to take the sync here.
Yeah. Actually, if Corrino takes the sync, he's in the race again. Because he's on 22.6 now.
Yep, and Corrino attacking the sync, and Hark with a nearly maxed out army. But the problem is those guys in the Mundu Vale are not near an airfield. And Hark pillaging the siege right now at 28.5 and get authority. And he just have to capture one region. Can Corrino liberate? He throws a thumper down in the Well of Riches, so those units are going to be forced into the polar sink. GG territory by his base and one more, I think, and that's it. Yeah, tax is going to hit, but the question is, can he do it before Corrino liberates or takes the sink?
He's not planning on defending, right?
He should.
Yeah, he should.
He definitely should.
He can go in and wipe that
And here he
Corrino army.
goes.
Fine.
Here he goes. Here he goes. Hark going. And Corrino has drones in a good position back there. But we know
The thing is, drones don't do much against the stacked executioners.
that
But he only has 3
I think
in
he's
that,
gonna. I think Corrino wins this just because the orbital
Yeah.
bombardment. If he can keep a couple of front units just alive.
I don't think the orbital bombardment.
Vernius
does
also
that
coming in to
much
help
against-
now. Vernius also coming to help, and the problem is he's got 4 executioners in the Mundu Vale that are not near an airfield,
Yeah.
so he's gonna run those guys over to the main base, and the fight's going down in the middle, and those guys are completely out of it. And yeah, the Hark army obliterated, and this is what we're talking about, right? Like they're not good in a 2v1 situation.
At least not with their one-trick army.
Yep. And dude, this game was so close to ending. Somebody just lost a hero. I think it was Hark. Hark just lost his hero.
Thing is now with Corrino in the what is it, orbital strike, and in range of buildings, he will suffer as well from that.
Yeah, he needs to get a lot of those units out of there.
Yeah, but he will take the region.
Hark with 49 passive. Um, Corrino also making passive, and he's making 49
If
as
I
well.
was
So
Vernius, I'd send a couple of troops down to that white rift because he can't defend it at all. There's no airfield down there.
yeah, Hark is still a threat here. Even if he loses, it's only 1600. 29.2 on
Hmm.
Hark, so he just got 300 hedge out of nowhere somehow. I don't even know how he just did that. It wasn't.
Research center build.
He already had it
Was it?
built. I don't know where that 300 hedge came from, but Hark knocked down a peg here a little bit. Is it enough to? Not really. I mean, after this taxing, it'd be 27.8, making 50 a day. So he's still get those shops up. Corrino putting those shops up now. And now the next natural target for Corrino would be the basin. He goes, rip my eco. I don't get it. Why is he losing so much money? Let's see. He's got 17k in the bank. I'm crumbling to dust. Is he gaslighting here?
Maybe.
He's got 17k in the bank. And
he was only making
he's got
like 50 for
339 authority, dude.
group.
This guy could double triple cap right now.
The white rift is gonna get hit by raiders here, but I think Hark militia is enough to fight off the raiders because there are just so many.
That is where I would go if I was Vernius.
Yeah, exactly.
We haven't looked at the Vernius player in a minute. Like what's he doing?
Thing is,
Right here in this spot right here, he's trying to capture a region over there. Like this is where like game awareness and like late game execution is gonna separate the players that are amazing versus the players that know the game but are average and just can't pull out the win at the end. Because right here, like you got to be thinking 2, 3 moves ahead of your competitors. And now with water regs coming down, dude, like the best they could do is possibly liberate the uh White Rift from Harkonnen.
yeah, the thing about Vernius, they can make good influence and they can get very good influence cap, but they suffer in lands red standing often. Oh, just barely water regulations going through.
That's good for the lobby, for not good for Harkonnen.
And not good for Corrino right now, who's trying to capture the what is it, Imperial Basin.
Yeah, at least he can maybe liberate it, huh? Does he have another
Yeah,
bombardment?
if he keeps capturing, he will be in the
See, like
negative authority.
what I don't like here, I don't like Vernius just sitting here, man. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing here? The game is on the line right now. We can't
Actually,
just sit around. Go for
Vernius
the
just
rift.
going Rift, if either liberating or trying to capture it himself would be way better than just sitting around.
Yeah, at 25k, Corrino is way less of a threat than Hark at 27. Why would you even try to
Hmm.
capture that regular region here, right? Like
I don't know.
So this is what we're talking about, guys.
He also took all his regions around his base that could have potentially been there for a hedge spike. So he doesn't have really spike potential anymore from just regions. I think Vernius is out of the game, and it's going to be down to either Hark coming through at Hark, no Hark coming through at Corrino. My brain is mush right now.
Sorry, I was answering a question for a person. Welcome, by the way, Caged Globe, and thanks for the question. Thanks for the follows. We got Can
Harkonnen
Badger,
just doesn't
Helios
care
May.
about the orbital strike.
No, the orbital strike's gonna help him. It'll just
Oh,
kill those
dude.
Serbs.
Corrino, I have the answer for Corino right now. It's hammers.
Does he have?
Getting
He
like
does.
3
Yes,
hammers.
yes.
Getting like
He
3
has the
hammers
parts.
to just wreck away the Serbs before they are in the fight.
Yeah, we need
Just
Vernius to kind of
completely.
like for this game to go on. We need
Oh,
Vernius to kind of just figure it out. And now Vernius is moving, but he's not moving toward the direction of the White Rift. Where's he going, man?
no. Is he going shield wall? He's going shield wall. Why is he trying shield wall? Why?
Tax. We
White
have
Rift is
one
so much
tax.
easier.
The game is lagging a bit.
What does it look like? Does Hark have enough
That's it.
authority?
Double
Oh,
cap.
Hark has it.
Boom. That's it.
Yep.
GG. Well played to the Harkonnen
Very
player.
well
SK
played.
Mojo. Congratulations.